So you have been thinking about starting your Instagram marketing agency, or maybe you have been offering services but you've been struggling. And 2019, as you remember, has been a big year where Instagram has changed their algorithm, has changed their limits, right? So many agencies who used to do following, unfollowing, liking, and any other interactions like that has started to suffer. And right now, as you know, in 2021, we still have methods which we can grow, but it's extremely difficult, right? So we have to face different restrictions, different limits, and it's not easy as before. So I'm excited to show you what is actually working, because as myself, I've been running Instagram marketing agency for pretty much 6 years now, and I'm excited to show you what kind of service you can offer right now, and you can be making $5,000, $10,000 or more per month. It depends on your actions, but it's still possible. These services are extremely scalable, and many times you're gonna see these services, these methods, but in paid courses, maybe other experts are gonna sell you consulting sessions, and I'm showing you for free. So I'm going behind the scenes and showing you exactly what other marketers are using. And if you're a marketer or agency, this is gonna be extremely useful. Okay, so first of all, I would like to show you 6 services that you can offer. And these services are not just random services, maybe you've already been hearing about them, but some services are a little bit different. There's different methods, different tools, and I will show you exactly how you can offer them. So let's go step by step. I'll show you examples, and also you can follow this small presentation which I made for you. So first of all, we're starting with optimization and hashtags. So these kind of services are usually, it could be an upsell, it could be also just introduction services where you help with the client to make the profile look nicer, to have a clean highlight icons, to have also hashtag research for their profile, and also have a link tree or tap link setup, right? So this is a basic thing, and usually these kind of services, if you take a look, for example, at Fiverr, right? So we can just go in the search, we can go on the Instagram highlights, for example, and you're gonna find pretty good number of sellers who are offering these kind of services, right? And usually they start at $5, $10, some clients, some sellers are charging more, but that's going to be the price point. So this kind of service, you can actually use Fiverr and order this, place the orders, and then upsell to your clients which you have in your agency, right? Or you can actually offer these kind of services on Fiverr if you're just getting started, if you want to see how it works. I really like Fiverr because you can just list services there and you can see how they're gonna perform. You're gonna see the feedback, you're gonna see the interactions. So this is definitely a great place, right? But those kind of services, it's very simple, right? So you're researching highlights, you're creating the highlights, you're researching hashtags. There's also services like that with the hashtags on Fiverr too. And some people are going a little bit above and beyond with them. They're offering not only hashtags but also advices. They also offer some sort of guides as well, so it basically make it a little bit more into the next level, right? But you can see here a lot of sellers, and you can see some sellers are just offering the hashtag research, as you can see here, and different packages contain different number of hashtags, 60 hashtags, 30 hashtags, 100 hashtags as well, right? So this is the first thing, right? Very simple optimization hashtags, right? Linktree tap link. So if you have not heard about Linktree, so it's linktr.ee. This is pretty much like a funnel for your Instagram, right? So like this is much easier for clients to showcase their different pages, showcase their different also social media channels, right? So it's very kind of cool way to redirect people from Instagram to your other destinations, website, or other places like that. So Taplink is another one. It's made by the Russian developers, and it's been a very it's pretty much more, I would say, more complex funnel, right? So if you go, for example, we want English, so it's just a next step, right? Linktree, it's a little bit simpler. Taplink is more advanced. You can collect leads, you can create like a funnels inside of the Taplink, so it's just another level, right? But feel free to check out both. And usually when you're working with clients, they are just gonna create a Linktree and that's it. They're not gonna really work on tracking the visitors or optimizing this Linktree, right? So that's why you can come up with a Taplink. It's more advanced, and you can build a really nice Taplink for your clients. And you can actually charge not just, I'm listing the pricing here, but this is just approximate, but you can just charge for For Linktree and tap link setup, you can be charging like $200 at least, right? Because you're basically building a funnel for them. So this is the first service that you can offer. Let's go for the next one. The next one is the content posting, right? So this has been obviously always in the market, right? So you can offer content posting, scheduling the content. I'm not listing creating content because you have to be probably together with the client, or you have to find ways where you can create original content. But I'm mostly talking about using already existing content and just scheduling, just making it look nice, right? And you can schedule to the feed, stories. You can also create Instagram Reels as well. So this has been obviously not, I would say, easy service to offer because it involves a lot of work. Maybe it's not as scalable as other services, like let's say Unfollow service, right? But it's still a good stable service, and you can definitely handle if you're doing this by yourself. And as I started as well by myself, like 5 years ago, I've been offering content marketing service, and I've been handling about 5 clients total, and I've been pretty much overwhelmed because I had to always schedule content. I had to, work on different captions, right? So this is a good service if you're just looking to get started, looking to get a taste of social media marketing, of Instagram marketing, right? And you can offer this kind of service. But in the future, you have to be able to hire your VA, which I did in the future as well. And I hired team members who've been handling content. I taught them my methods, and that way they were just following my tactics, right? So, but content marketing, content posting is a great service. And if you work towards, let's say, working with people, and you can be charging them not, let's say, $200, but even more, and you can find, this could be, let's say, personal brands, people who have like a high, very important personal brand, and they have a lot of audience, a lot of people, right? So they'll be probably paying you more. It's gonna be, you can be growing in this category also pretty well. So, but content marketing is always there, right? So this is a very, very simple service. Not simple, but this is very straightforward service to offer, right? So let me just talk about, I think I skipped here a little bit, content posting. Okay, so Unfollow service, right? You have been familiar with Unfollow, right? So this service has been super popular, but right now in 2021, we're not able to do the same actions as we did in 2018, 2019, right? So right now you can still offer this service, and if you go on Fiverr, you'll actually see that there's people offering this kind of services. So this is one of them. These guys are doing this pretty well. They have 300 orders in queue. So, revenue wise, they're definitely at the 20K plus level per month. So this is a very good level, to be honest. And they have an amazing reviews as well. So I always say, go to Fiverr, look what other people are doing. And if you can see them, they're offering a Unfollow service, that means it's still possible, right? So it's not impossible, so it is possible, and they're doing this. So of course, every seller, if they're doing it successfully, they're probably not going to disclose their strategies, their tactics, right? This is normal, but we can still see what they're doing, right? So they're doing Unfollow. You can see what they are asking as well. So using a password, target information, which is very basic, right? And then how we're going to grow. We're going to like, interact. I'm not sure how they're liking, to be honest, because it's not something that is working well. So they're listing down the drop shipping new. They don't work with these accounts, obviously, because they're highly likely to be banned as well. So this is reasonable. And if we go here, I like this point a lot. So they have terms and condition, and they're saying, by purchasing, you acknowledge that we're not responsible for any damage the business may suffer. We're not liable or responsible for any suspension or hold bans. We make no guarantees for the service we provide. You pass. So they are pretty smart. So they are actually telling, because Unfollow is totally fine. You can do this. You can follow up to 200 people and unfollow 200 people in the same day, right? So, but obviously Instagram might give you sometimes a warning that you're doing this too much, or if your client is doing this at the same time as you are doing this, you might have like a blocks where you can be interacting for a few days, right? So, and in any case, let's say the client is not posting anything on their Instagram, and you're doing unfollowing service, then Instagram might send you a CAPTCHA to verify. And usually when a client receives a CAPTCHA where they have to verify, just like solve a CAPTCHA, like a Google CAPTCHA, then their account could be frozen. And in pretty much 50% chance it could be just disabled, right? So I'm gonna actually record a video in the future and show you how you can unban disabled account, and you don't need to be spending like hundreds of dollars. And that's actually a pretty good method. So, but you know, they're pretty smart. So like this, if something happens, they have these terms and conditions, and when you're buying this, that means you're agreeing with that. So, okay, how they can do follow and follow. So you can do follow and follow actually manually, right? So you can just go ahead and start, and I think this is the best way. Just go ahead and start pitching your service, because this service could be easily sold for, well, I put there 150. It's definitely a very starting point, but if you're working with clients directly, you can be charging $250, $300, even more, right? But still, follow and follow, I think it's going to be difficult to charge maybe like $400, $500 for it, because I've been in this, I've been, you know, doing this for many years. But you can definitely charge $300, and I think $300 probably is going to be the max that you can charge, because people are tired of follow and follow, but it still works. So they are gonna be willing to pay you, but they're like, oh, is it gonna be only follow and follow? So that's why, you know, you have to be just kind of careful. So I'm gonna show you another method which you can be charging more, and that's gonna be more interesting for a client. But follow and follow, it's $300 per month maximum. That's what I used to charge as well, and that I was able to do this pretty much manually, and then you scale this with VAs, the team members, right? This is one method. Another method, you can use tools which are still out there. It's a little bit more, I'll say, riskier, but if you find a good provider, you can still, you're still able to do this pretty safely, right? And that way you can scale as well. So, but I do recommend to start just manually, just understand how it works. You can understand the limits, you can understand how it works, and then you can scale this with the team member, and then you can find the growth. Actually, I was talking one of the growth tools, which you can see in the previous videos, and you can use that and scale this service as well. So let's go for the next one. The next one is commenting, right? So what I mean by commenting is it's a very interesting strategy. It's not maybe super scalable with one person, but it's definitely something that clients are going to be willing to pay a good number of money, right? So what I mean by that is when you go to your Instagram, right? So commenting means you have to pick your top competitors. So let's say in this case, we're gonna choose Gary Vee, right? So what you're gonna do next, you're gonna go and follow Gary Vee, right? And then you're gonna enable post notifications. So every time Gary Vee is posting, you have to go out there and go and comment, right? So you leave a meaningful comment, right? So this could be something that you can, like, you know, thank you, Gary, thanks for your message, I totally agree, blah, blah, blah. Like, you can be just providing something meaningful. And when you're first to comment, usually, you know, Gary might notice that. He might pin your comment, you know, this function where now you're able to pin comments, so it will be always at the top, or naturally you will be one of the first to comment. That means when people are coming to his post later on, they're gonna see your comment in the first place, and they might like your comment. Like here, for example, I can like this comment, and now this comment is gonna be pushed to the top as well, right? So this is a cool strategy, because eventually, if you do this consistently and you have, let's say, like 5 competitors' accounts and you comment always the first, you're gonna grow pretty well, right? So this strategy is not as scalable, you can't really automate it, but you can still do this manually. And if you have someone, let's say if you're agency, you can start to do this yourself, and then you can just have your team member constantly working on the client. So probably one person could maybe handle like 5 clients to do this, because otherwise it's going to be just very overwhelming. But this is a cool strategy because not many agencies, marketers are offering this, and I know some people who do this, and it's just in a very high demand, right? So this is just a little bit more. It's not a follow and follow, of course, but it's just more, plus the person doesn't need to be following anyone or, you know, liking and etc. It's just commenting strategy, which is much bigger than doing any other actions as well. So let's go for the next one. The next one we have mother-child growth, right? So you probably have seen about mother-child, you have seen about those direct messages which you're receiving, and pretty much I'm talking about this kind of messages. So let me actually show you in one of my in one of my direct messages here. So when I go here, let's say this one, business related, if you're looking to take your Instagram, blah, 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 you can see this, the main profile is attached, and then there is a message from pretty much an empty profile, right? Like this. So, and then there's a lot of those messages like that, right? So it's not only one. Let me just maybe here. Hey, are you a course creator, online teacher, blah, blah, blah. So, you know, exactly the same thing. So this strategy has been pretty much a boom in 2020 and 2021 as well, because first of all, there is no risk. You know, the main profile is not related, so you're not really interacting with your main profile. You're using child accounts and you're just attaching your main profile. So, and I'm showing you exactly how you can do this. It's actually pretty insane, because you're not going to see many times people are just showing you these tools, but usually marketers, agency owners, they're going to be using those tools, and then they're going to be charging 3x, 4x for their clients, right? So there's two tools, which the first one is senddms.com. I'm going to also attach in the description the link where you can see it's a Black Hat World forum. You can see the reviews of this platform. And then the second platform is which I've been actually using myself. I've been also recommending to other people. It's a Russian tool, but it works super well. You don't need to do anything in terms of like creating child accounts or anything. It's all done for you. And the same with the first one. You just have to set it up and that's it. So it's very simple. I'm gonna actually record a video and talk about how you can exactly set up step by step. So check it out. Make sure you hit the like button and also the notification bell, so like this you see when this video is going to be up. So those two platforms are definitely great. You can, you know, send those mass DMs with child accounts. The pricing is basically, you can see here, it all depends on the number of messages, right? But then you can charge this service to your clients, because the clients are usually not going to see these platforms, right? It's something that they can't just find publicly. Many marketers can't really find this anywhere as well, right? But once you have this platform, you can easily charge $500 and more. So it depends on the messages. Eventually you can be charging thousands of dollars, $5,000 just for one campaign. So it's all about the number of messages, right? But those two platforms are great to work with and offer this to your clients. So the last one is very simple, as you know, it's consulting, right? So doing consulting is definitely a good service, because a lot of times people are confused, they need a strategy, they need a game plan, they don't know what to do, they don't know what content to share, right? So that's where you can come in, that's where you can offer this kind of consultation. And I put the price here $150, because with $150 you can definitely give them good tips, good overview, what kind of content they should share. And then, you know, you can be charging more, but if you're charging more, you have to build some sort of a strategy, right? So let's say they're a course creator, like they're gonna sell a course. So just instead of just going over their profile and giving the tips, you have to actually build some sort of a strategy. So like, okay, in the next 2 months, you're gonna be working on creating content, which could be carousels. So like this, you can build your email list, for example, right? So you're giving them strategies which they should implement. And that way, this consultation is not going to cost just $150. It's going to be costing maybe $300, maybe $500, or maybe even $1,000, because it depends on how valuable information you can provide. So once again, this is all the services that I wanted to share with you, and you can see them once again here. And this is definitely working right now. So this is not just services that are not working anymore. So as you can see, all of them are working, all of them are, I would say, unique as well in some way. Unfollow is not really unique, but still, you know, with the methods I showed you, you can still do it, you can still follow these limits. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you're actually doing any of these services, or maybe you have another service which you're doing for your clients, and let me know how is it working. So thanks a lot, and hope to see you in the next video.